Second channel, here we are. Foxymations has dropped a new analog horror video after the fairy tale series has ended. And it's called Routine. I don't know what it's going to be about. I think it's going to be like a mental health thing. I really don't know. And I'm sure you're also asking yourself, will he be able to stretch a 5.5-minute video past 10 minutes for that great ad revenue? The ad revenue that I'll be getting from like 1,000 views. I probably will. I'm pretty good at commentating. I'm pretty good at yapping. I'm pretty good at noticing stuff. Now, that all being said, the links will be below. Let's just go. I said let's go. Yeah, that's blowing my ears out. Okay, that was way too loud. So our daily routine is starting. I really appreciate the, Okay, wait a minute. Stop. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. First of all, this is giving me major Dr. Nowhere vibes. You know that? You know, like, what a video is that? I don't know what the video is called. I watched it in, like, I think it was literally the first video I made on this channel, on the boiled one. And, I don't remember what the exact video was. Also, yes, my nose is stuffed. That's why my voice sounds like this. Anyway, I don't think that it was the exact same. Like, it wasn't somebody waking up or anything, but, like, it was like, they were, like, in the bathroom, and some weird creature was in there. I don't know, but I remember that, and that thing is reminding me of that. It's also just reminding me of that art style in general. But I like the new approach. They're not trying to, you know what I mean, just keep going that fairy tale approach, because I feel like it would get old. Not only are there a lot of clones right now, which is already making it really oversaturated, but it's just one of those things where you don't want to stretch something. You see that a lot with shows, right? Like The Simpsons nowadays, pretty not good, to say the least. I know a lot of people complain about Modern SpongeBob, which, it depends. There's some good episodes still in Modern SpongeBob, but there's also some horrible ones. So I think, anyway, the point is, when you stretch a show out, or stretch a series out for too long, a lot of times it degrades. I'm sure there's like a term for it, but this is way too loud. Look out your window. Oh boy. Is there a creature outside of my window? No. It's just raining outside, okay? Cloudy days, right? He liked those days, remember? Or who he is. I like cloudy days too, though. One of my favorite weathers. I really do not appreciate you being so close to the bed, dude. Oh, it's like his father or something. You miss them, don't you? Or is it like... Oh, is it like your wife and child? Continue your routine. Oh, is it like one of those things where... Not necessarily a deal with the devil, but I don't know. There are certain stories I've heard before where a character will pass away, for example, and they'll go to hell, and then they'll make a deal with the devil, like, okay, wait, let me come back to Earth, and I'll do this thing, and then you can give me my soul back. This kind of feels like that type of vibe. Like, if this guy keeps maintaining this routine, whatever the routine may be, that they'll give his family back, they'll revive his family. Maybe he did some type of ritual, maybe he saw something he wasn't supposed to see, and so, or he's just really unlucky, and so his family got, like, taken away, and now he's got to do this. Okay, now he's looking in the mirror here. Brushing his... Wait. Okay, I need to, like, go frame by frame here. Now, I don't want to be that guy. I know they always say something about, like, guys and using toothbrushes too much until they get really messed up. You know, when you, like, press it too hard, and you use it for a long time, all the bristles are, like, all... They look horrible. They're not doing the right job anymore. This is way past that. This looks like you did that to your toothbrush, and then you, like, dropped it in wax, and it hardened over the toothbrush, and you just kept using it. Like, I'm very confused as to what I'm looking at. That does not look like a normal toothbrush at all. Okay, what we got on the table here? Actually, the more I look at it, it makes me feel like that one AI picture from, like, 2020 where, like, you can't really recognize anything. I think that on the top left up there, that cup, that's got to be sauce, right? And then, what is the red thing? I don't know if the red thing is supposed to be, like something with tomato sauce, like meatballs or, like, some type of meat, or if it's supposed to be, like, cranberry sauce, or if it's supposed to be, like, ketchup, but it looks lumpy. So that kind of makes me feel like it can't be ketchup. Unless they just smash the tomato and they're like, that's ketchup now. On the left is even more indecipherable. Like half of it, like the bottom part kind of looks like French fries, but it also kind of looks like a solid mass. Like it almost looks like bread of some sort. Like the top right too. The top right is the only thing I'm a little bit more confident on. Like it almost reminds me of pancakes. Or like a crab's shell that's just really light. But I'm pretty sure that's pancakes or something, or like a pot pie or something. But the left, I don't even know. Like, I don't know if that's supposed to be like a vegetable, like a fried squash. I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind, but like a fried vegetable, because it's kind of got like that blackness, like that char on it. I don't know. Why am I even analyzing? It has nothing to do with the video. Move on. You know what I really appreciate? The thing that I always do where I sit there and talk way too much, and then the next second it shows me exactly what the thing was supposed to be. It's 2 poached eggs, I think, bacon, pancakes, I got that right, and syrup. At least I got the pancakes right. But yeah, great. This is like the 3rd or 4th time on this channel that I've done that. I need to just let things play sometimes. Why did I prepare this? Well, I guess because you have to... I'm not hungry. Because you have to follow the routine, obviously. You don't have a choice in the matter. That's what he looks like? Oh, no. This is the other guy. Did you think you would be alone? Your mind is always with you. Have you forgotten? So maybe this is a hallucination, like from survivor's guilt or something? Also, I'm thinking to myself that it's just kind of scary to think about the lack of control in this situation in terms of like, this guy's not hungry, but he has to eat, right? This guy has to follow a specific routine, and he's being coaxed by this hallucination or this spirit or this demon or ghost or whatever it is to continuously follow this routine, with seemingly the possible prize being eventually getting his wife and son back or something like that. So it's weird also because the reason I feel like it's kind of a manifestation of guilt is because it's kind of tormenting him, right? It's like, oh, look out of the window. Don't you remember that's what he liked? Which I'm assuming is referring to the son. And then the picture, and, you know, the guy's like reaching out for the picture, and he's like, no. You know, if you want them back, you got to follow that routine. But honestly, part of me wonders, is it all just a lie? You know, is the routine even doing anything? It kind of almost feels like it's this purposeful torment that really doesn't matter in the end. It's just like, I'm gonna trick this guy into thinking he's gonna get his family back and make him follow this routine, and then one day I'm just gonna pull the wool from under his eyes or whatever it is, pull the rug right from under him and shatter his world and be like, guess what? I lied to you the whole time. You know, one of those things. But yeah, it is just, there's a fear factor to me, or a horror factor of just that lack of control over your own life. Not hungry as usual. Yeah. Why don't you give them your breakfast? Oh, no. Who's them? Oh, sorry. They're not here anymore. See, that's what I'm talking about. That was so loud. That scared me so bad because it was so loud. I need to turn the volume down on my PC. That could have killed me, okay? But anyway, what I was gonna say was, it's still messing with me because part of me thinks, okay, this is like a demon tormenting him, but then the reaction where like the hands are like, what have I become? What have I done? It kind of feels like they've taken their family out. Also, let me drop the volume on my PC real quick. It was on max volume. I couldn't tell you why. You just wanted to see them again, right? Be careful what you ask for. Ooh, is this like a you know how in Full Metal Alchemist, great reference by the way, peak show. Well, Brotherhood's a peak show. Full Metal Alchemist is okay. It's just not as good as Brotherhood. Anyway, in Full Metal Alchemist, at the very beginning, obviously, Edward and Al are sitting there, and they're trying to use alchemy to revive their mother, who passed away. And they get her back, but not the way she's supposed to be. And then, obviously, if you remember, Al loses his body, Edward loses his, what is it, left arm, right leg, I think? So I say all that to say, I wonder if this is one of those things where like he did some type of ritual to bring his family back because they died in like a car accident or something. And now he's like basically paying the consequences because he's not getting them back like he expected. He's like basically, I don't know. Like it says, be careful what you ask for, be careful what you wish for, however you want to put it. Like, he's not receiving what he expected. He's having to jump through more hoops because there was more. It's not as easy as just doing a ritual. Like, you know what I mean? You're gonna be late for work, Mark. Continue your routine. Also, part of it kind of feels to me almost like this grief story. You know, maybe for people, you may have lost a friend, lost a loved one, or known somebody that has, or even just like the end of like a, you know, a relationship, whether that be romantic or like a serious friendship or whatever. And you just force yourself to kind of maintain the routine you already had, as if life is still the same, to try to like move on. And part of me wonders if that's what this is more so about. Like, he's attempting to move on from the deaths of these people by forcefully continuing his routine, even though he doesn't want to eat because he's so stricken with grief, even though he doesn't want to work because he's so stricken with grief and depressed. He's forcing himself to continue. You know what I mean? Okay, now he's going out into the foggy world. The road to work has always been lonely. But at least I had a reason to come home and smile. I really love the atmosphere and the weather, though. Why isn't it cloudy at work? Whatever. Maybe he had to drive kind of far. I don't even know what's on here. It looks like he's just messaging on, like it almost reminds me of, like, Twitter or, like, something. Like old Skype. Tired, right? He's back. I just wish I could have them again. You have to face the consequences of your actions. What did this guy do? Like, part of me is like he just straight up killed them. Another part of me is like he killed them by accident. Like, he wasn't paying attention looking at the road and he accidentally crashed into something, or he was drunk driving, or, you know, one of those situations also where it's like he had a fight with his wife and then the wife ended up leaving with the son. Like, they already had something to do, right? Like, the son had to go to school, or he had to go to a friend's house, or they were going to the store, and like they left on bad terms, and then they got in a car crash and they died, and he's like feeling this immense guilt because he feels like, man, maybe if I would have been there, things could have been different, or, you know, maybe if I wouldn't have had that fight with her, she wouldn't have stormed off, and whatever. That's just my thoughts. But this thing has to be a manifestation of his mind. I don't think it's like a demon or anything. Okay, there's the mom and the child. They look... Oh, well, glad you zoomed in. The child... Now, this is like random. It could just be like more of a Walton Files type thing, because obviously Foxymations is very heavily inspired by the Walton Files. But part of my thought here is like, the way the child looks kind of like, it looks like maybe he did get in like an accident. You know, his head is turned to the side in a obviously inhuman way. It could just be to look creepy, but I just noticed that the way his arm is kind of positioned, it's not positioned right. It kind of feels like it was, you know, gnarled. Also, seeing visions of his family, maybe because of the immense guilt again. Why is this happening to me? It's a good question. That's what I've been trying to figure out this whole time. Did you do it? What is your involvement? After work, the path was also lonely. But as always, you had a reason to smile. Ah, the wording is different. Remember, the first time, it was I. Now it's you. So now that thing that he's been conversating with is talking to him. It's tormenting him again. Missing. I think I get where you're going with this. I think he killed them now. Okay, at first I thought it was the other thing. I thought it was a car crash thing and whatever, but now I'm pretty confident he killed them. Because, unless, let's just offer another theory. The fight theory. They got in a fight, the woman got mad, she stormed off with the son, and then they got kidnapped or they got caught by a serial killer, something crazy happened, and now they're just missing, and they haven't been found yet. Is that possible? I don't know. Oh, there's that thing looking out of the window. I'm finally getting home, but it feels like my thoughts and mind are waiting for me here. So that is a representation of the guilt in his mind, or just, you know, the general thoughts that are tormenting him. But why does he feel like it's his fault? Like, what else could it be besides a fight, unless he unironically just killed them? I don't know why I used the word unironically. That was excessive. Here we are here again. We always are. Okay, there's literally a brain. That is his mind. Just another day like any other. I didn't read that fast enough. Just another day like any other, right? Everything is so monotonous. It is. You remember perfectly the day your life went downhill, but you don't want to. If only they were here. This is such a good concept, too. Like, you know what? Before we read this, I want to just give Foxymations a little bit of props here, because I think it takes some talent, some serious talent, to make such a pivot, right? Narratively speaking. Like, to go from this kind of more, well, not kind of, this cartoonish, kind of silly fairy tale style thing, right? This series, which I did enjoy a lot. I thought it was nice. To go from that to like this much more serious, dark, real world type of story. And, you know, in my opinion, it seems to be conveyed pretty well. I like the art and kind of this representation of this man's mental state continuously declining because for some reason, presumably a reason that he caused, his family has gone missing. I don't know, it's just pretty impressive, and I really like it. I really like it, and honestly, good job. Because to make a pivot like that, I feel like takes a lot of effort. And nothing kills a man faster than his own mind. You got lost again. Go rest. Okay, so I'm assuming he can't actually sleep because he's being tormented by his thoughts, which is why it says rest in quotes. Close your eyes. Okay. Oh, there's the sun again. So I'm assuming this is the dream. Oh, maybe that's why it's rest. But also I noticed something that I didn't notice before. I thought I caught a glimpse, but because it was black and white, I didn't know if I was tripping or not. But as you can see, the wife has a stab wound to her chest. And you know what they say, usually. Now, I will say there's only one wound, but, you know, crime of passion, a lot of times people end up getting stabbed. Which also goes back to the possibility that he did kill his family and bury them somewhere. And he's being tormented by the guilt of doing that. Not again. Get away from me, wife that I presumably killed. Wait a minute. She looked like... Go back. She looks like the thoughts. Is there something behind her? No. Interesting. Now it feels like a demon is tormenting him, because why is he in the dream? Oh no. Oh, I knew it. I knew he was going to be looking over him. Listen, that's my second thing that I don't really like. People come... You guys don't know this because I still have not finished... Listen, I fell off again. I'm sorry. But anyway, I haven't finished editing the Fenced in Missouri tapes video, which I do have, and I will be releasing hopefully soon because I want to go crazy during May and really drop a bunch of videos on this channel and my main channel. But in that video, I exclaim that I really, really don't like it when you have that perspective of you're laying down in bed and then something like... you know, appears over you. Although kind of the way he showed up was a little bit more comedic. So it kind of took away from the fear for me a little bit. Which is not a bad thing. But, yeah. I don't like it. Dreaming again, as always. You can't even sleep like before. I have a solution for that. Drugs? Or is he just gonna, like, knock him out? He's gonna attack him. He's gonna give him a right hook. Take this. Sleeping pills. Also, whose arm is that? So it was drugs. I don't know, he could have knocked him out. You never know. Tomorrow is a new day. Okay, bye. Is it really going to prevent him from having the dream, though? Alright, so my final kind of thoughts on it. Honestly, first of all, really enjoyed it. Second of all, I liked that it didn't follow like a super typical analog horror thing. There weren't like a bunch of... I don't know. It just, you know, I feel like especially recently there's been a lot of like spamming the distorted images and spamming the like repeating sounds and text-to-speech voices and old music and all of these things. And I really like that it took a completely different route. I really like the pacing of the narrative shift kind of as it went along. You realized more and more what was going on. But even after it ended, it still kind of leaves that potential for a sequel. Couldn't think of the word for a sequel. And you know, I think that there might be a sequel. I don't know if this is going to be a series or if, you know, Foxymations is going to start doing one-offs, but I like the fact that it leaves enough for interpretation that you kind of, it lets your mind wander. I think that's a great thing about psychological horror in specific. And so I really like that. But my theory obviously is staying the same. I think that this guy either murdered his own family, considering the stab wound on the wife's chest that he keeps seeing, because if they had gotten kidnapped by some serial killer, why would there be a stab wound in that specific place? It doesn't really make any sense. So that feels like information only the killer would know, and that's why that I think that, yes, he was 100% the one that did it. So what I think happened is, we don't know why, but he murdered his family. He then buried them somewhere, and obviously he's not going to tell anybody because he doesn't want to go to prison, but the guilt is starting to overwhelm him because maybe part of him did love his family, or maybe part of him just, they did give him purpose, but he just wasn't able to control these issues that he had. I don't know. And so now it's manifested as this being that represents his guilt, that represents his thoughts, that represents his declining mental state. The only thing that I don't understand is you want to see them again, don't you? Just continue your routine. I have two main theories. Theory one is the one that I talked about, some weird deal with the devil, spiritual, ritualistic thing, because the be careful what you ask for thing and the you need to just keep continuing your routine until you can get back to them again makes me feel like he did some weird thing to try to get them back. But my alternate thought about all of this is that he is heavily in delusion. He is heavily in denial. He has murdered his family. He has buried them somewhere. And now he's like trying to delude himself into the fact that they're just missing. Like he didn't do anything to them. Oh, they're just missing. They're just missing. I'm going to find them again. I just need to keep following my daily routine. And eventually, after enough time passes, I'll be able to see them again. And then life will go as normal. As if I'm not the one, if I'm not the reason that they're gone. You know what I mean? So the second theory makes more sense than the first theory, but either way, I really enjoyed this, and yeah, hopefully I'll actually be uploading more this month. So let's hope for the best, because I got videos recorded that I need to edit. So yeah, that's it. See you in the next one.